Thank you, everybody, for having me on board. My name is Chris Johnson. I go by Mr. Lightspeed. I'm the CEO for the PULI project. We are a play to earn token. The concept behind the token is to drive, think of it as the fuel of driving our game development and marketing capability arms of the overall effort. We have a variety of accomplishments that the community is willing, that we have a graphic that shows a lot of our accomplishments and listings and partnerships that we have made in order to be to where we are at today. We have successfully launched on both iOS and Android our first mobile game. It's a significant accomplishment in the fact that the community has been able to watch us grow and evolve from the very beginning, from the stand up of a company to getting the company registered properly so that the company can then get onboarded to Android and iOS correctly, to getting a PC based demonstration game fielded and actually running on iOS. So we have a game called PULI Runner. It has been our Pathfinder project. This project has blazed the way for all of us to discover the best way to navigate the minefields of getting play to earn on iOS and Android, which everybody here at Blockchain 22 Miami, where I'm currently at a conference, acknowledges is an extremely difficult feat to accomplish. And our particular solution to this is novel and has allowed us to get past the scrutiny of iOS to the point now that we have a sustainable gain system fueled by ad revenues, to the point that Google has now asked me to do a KYC so they can send our first check to us that I can convert to crypto, that I can then provide back to the holders in some way as either a buyback or we can use it to fund the award system. So we're now a sustainable project. We're no longer vaporware, but we're succeeding. To wrap up the introduction to the project itself, we have a game on release that's not going to go through iteration. We have a game in development that is iterating and will soon go into beta test with our whales. We have a whale group just for that, and a game in concept. We also have a role-playing game in develop that we're looking at aiming for the fall that will combine NFT art and pixel art role-playing game concepts together. In addition, there's an NFT mint coming at the end of the week that we look into further enhance our gameplay experience. As for myself, I am a retired Air Force officer, served 27 years in the military, retired in 2015. I have a doctorate in management, PMP certified, a few other certifications, but I use all these things to try to help and grow and mature the team because we do have a game studio. They're fantastic people. Our team is all around the world. I have a fantastic partner in G-Man, who is the Chief Marketing Officer. As people would describe, he is an animal at what he does, and he's very good at it. And we also have two fantastic developers in Timothy and Misha, who look after our game studio and our mobile game developer to ensure our projects remain on task and within scope and within our budget. So bear with me, please. I'm losing my voice because I've been at a Crypto Polo Cup in Santa Clara 2 days ago, and then I've been at 2 days full of here at Blockchain 22 Miami. So I've just been talking for 3 days straight now and been on my feet the whole time. So if you see me struggling to speak, that's why. And G-Man, over to you if you have anything.
Yeah, awesome. So just a quick introduction of my background. I guess you could say I'm like the octopus of online marketing. One of the biggest online marketers in the UK, gross millions of dollars in the health industry, gross millions of dollars in the internet marketing industry. Myself and my partner, Mo Mia, who's also on board this project, and he hasn't even started yet. He's the JV, the joint venture manager. And what that means is he's going to collaborate with big superstars on the internet marketing side who will become our long-term promoters. We haven't even implemented that yet. We haven't even implemented, I would say, 1/1000th of our capacity when it comes to online marketing. We're just kind of warming up. We've got a Facebook and Instagram PPC specialist teams, which is a segment of our online marketing agency. We've just started them. And that was only recently. And that was for the pre-NFT mint campaign, which is what's happening now. So we onboarded MLS and I, and we were at around $200,000 market cap the project was in a bit of a dire straits at the time. We were, the top holders, so we were frustrated with what we were seeing. So we stepped up, took over the project, and now we're sitting at obviously a considerable higher market cap because we're operating now as a proper business and we know what we're doing. People can see that, and we just keep progressing every day. Like in a lot of BSC projects, you may get an update every week. We give updates every few hours, every single day, because we're building a business and we're bringing the community along with us on this journey. And that's what makes it exciting. So the team in the community, in synergy as one, we're going to keep progressing it like this. But as Mr. Lightspeed was saying, so we've got the mobile game just approved on iOS and Android, which was a great accomplishment, not just for this particular game, because this is just our first game, but it means we know now what to do and what not to do to get approved on both Google Play and iOS, on Apple Store for all of our games going forward. And we're going to be launching a lot of games, not just on mobile and PC as well. Got a fantastic plan. We're even researching now heavily how to get these games on the consoles outside of the blockchain so that we can market that as well, so that we can bring funds into the blockchain ecosystem, but also earn funds in it as a traditional business as well. Because you've got to do that. You've got to think outside of the box and build a big brand so that you're not just dependent on trading volume alone, and that you've got different sorts of revenue and income streams coming in. We're extremely good at doing this, at creating a vision and making that vision come into reality. We've been proven to do that over 2 decades of online marketing experience. We took one health company from literally earning nothing to multiple $1 million a month in revenue, built them an affiliate marketing program, a tier 2 affiliate marketing program, and then recruited thousands of affiliates to promote us. So we're also going to do a similar system here. We're going to launch a referral program, and we're going to train our holders on how to promote this in the smarter and more transparent and more ethical ways. There's a lot of spam in this sphere. So we're going to set up a project that will very likely become a safe haven in the BSC for doing things in a different way, in an outside of the box way, and just in a better way than what we've currently seen on BSC. That's my vision for it, and becoming a safe haven for a play-to-earn ecosystem, which is why we're also going to be launching a launch pad, a Steam-like launch pad for the crypto sphere, where not only will we have our own play-to-earn games on here, we'll be able to launch other up-and-coming play-to-earn tokens because of our proven marketing capacity, because of our proven business acumen. Lightspeed and I combined have decades of experience in online business and offline business. We've got a very strong team now. So one of the first things that we did was to restructure and reorganize. So we made an operational department, a dedicated marketing department, which I'm in charge of, and of course, a development department where we have the game studio integrated now. We've got key players in key areas. We have a dedicated mobile game developer. We've got Misha and Timothy onboarded, who are creative solutions and are fantastic at what they do. They're developing right now. And I'm part of this development as well, so that I can market it in the most effective ways. We've got PULI Astro in development now, which is a level above in terms of gameplay features and quality of that to PULI Runner. And, we're just going to keep moving forward and keep progressing. This, on a simple AMA like this, the project is too big of a magnitude to go over everything that we're doing, but this is going to be a big play, guys. And I've done all of the BSC plays, but there's not many teams like this on BSC. So there's an extraordinary opportunity right now to be part of something big in its infancy because of the team and the skill sets that we have on board. So I don't know if you want to chime in, MLS, and add to this, and then we can go back and forward and talk some more.
Just harp on the joint venture and partnerships. That's why we're here and talking, right? So at the end of the day, our two communities, even after this AMA, I would love to have, I apologize, I've been on a trip, but continued dialogue on how we can further enhance and each other's efforts, because collaborations are the key to success. It's really how the most successful projects have been able to get to higher levels, is through partnerships and collaborations. All the teams that I've seen here at the Bitcoin 22 conference have multiple collabs going at once, layers upon layers of support. No matter how small or how big it is, they're all important. I have some of my collaborators and partners here on this call. I saw CoinMerge is here that is collaborating and sharing ideas and support and mentorship advice. RBX, our staking platform, RBXS, our marketing experts, you name it. JoinCoin, which is a vetted ecosystem, kind of LinkedIn of tokens, another great partner. So partnerships are key, and I just want to emphasize that. So that's why I'm so happy to be talking to you guys, and hope we can have further discussions later.
Yeah. So, I mean, RBX, we mentioned RBX. RBX are fantastic. And they're like our dedicated shilling team who are really experts at this, at creating constant media assets and getting us all over Twitter. Since they've onboarded, you know, our Twitter presence has blown up significantly. But what's really fantastic is they work in synergy with me because they understand marketing. So, because I've got vast experience in marketing, if I say, right, guys, do this task, they're on it. So I'm in a unique position where I can get different things done. So right now I'm using my Indian network and I'm leveraging that, and I'm going to do this country by country. So I'm getting YouTubes out with my close contacts in India. So whenever we get a video out, we've got some more coming soon, actually. We have the RBX team go and, you know, do what they need to do to get that video more views, for example. So we can say, right, guys, I want you to link to this video using these certain keywords from your socials. I want you to put comments on there, positive comments about PULI, and I want you to watch the video, you know, multiple times, because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. It works on these things so that we get more exposure and more bang for our buck with our marketing money spent. That's the key. It's all about return on investment. And I'll give you an example of this, and we track this. We had a video go out yesterday. Actually, it may have been the day before. But anyhow, this one video from India literally brought in, you know, several hundred buys. Like, you know, the volume just went crazy. I think we got like something like 650,000 volume from this one video, because we did it in a strategic way. We had a video prior to that, and we compared our market cap with Shiba and the growth potential. And then we did our thing. We linked to the video from socials, and it's already hitting nearly 30,000 views. And we're just going to keep rolling like this, video by video, country by country. So these are just some of the, you know, some of the aspects of what we started to roll out, just a segment of some of the online marketing that we've been doing to build up exposure to the pre-NFT mint, which is obviously different to the standard Telegram callouts and all of that sort of things, because we have all of this vast experience. We even have our own search engine optimization agency who will come on and pump out articles onto our website. We'll be able to send backlinks to the articles and give the website authority over time. And we'll be doing a video production real soon, and that's actually nearly scripted out now, where we'll do a professional video shoot. Now we'll come on that on the homepage of the website to improve our conversion rate. So as we amp up the traffic to our website, we can start converting that traffic into investors and funneling these visitors to our website into the communities. Because we're constantly giving updates and on video and on live sessions, we naturally just start converting people, which is why we've had this constant upward trajectory, since we onboarded way back at $200,000. So yeah, it's really exciting. And the ecosystem and the utility that we're building, combined with all of the people on board, our marketing ability, our business acumen. We're so passionate about this project now that, you know, we're just going to keep going and keep progressing and keep making the right moves at the right time. You know, right now it's all about the NFT mint. You know, we've got huge demand for this already. There's going to be 2,000 NFTs up for mint. These will integrate into our mobile game, PULI Runner, in a way that's not been done before. There'll be a 3D character, and that will be the actual character of the game, and that will be your NFT. And this will entitle you to upgrade to one of the tiers, and you'll get much more rewards in terms of play to earn revenue, play to earn in income in the tokens. And we're just going to keep progressing like this, giving constant value and benefits to the holders, marketing with a value proposition all of the time. For example, we did our SafeMoon initiative. I put together a value-driven package. We raised the funds for SafeMoon. We got the partnership sorted. I then launched an angel investor program, raised significant BNB, and got that sold, and that's doing well, and that's a successful initiative now. And now it's all about the NFT mint. And then Mr. Lightspeed might want to come on and share our next news for our next catalyst, because the marketing campaign for this event will be extremely, extremely big in comparison to what we're doing now for the NFT mint. We're talking 10 times the traffic exposure. So
yep,
we'll just keep rolling it out like this.
So I thought I'd
This is
just
how we're
jump
going
in
to keep
and
growing.
do they have any
Sorry.
questions? That was an intro, right? So want to make sure we have our hosts an opportunity to speak, and we're
Yeah.
obviously very excited.
And the team. So because right now, you know how Web3 game is like really a hype right now, and we see like a lot of Web3 games are dropping currently, and a lot of projects doing it. What do you think it's your competitive advantage over like all the other projects that's doing like mobile games or like other like games?
I'd like to take that on because I have a unique perspective when it comes to the cryptoverse, is that we truly are not in competition with one each other. This is an open space. Crypto is a open system. And I'm just borrowing from my doctorate of management experience here. It's an open system. So we're truly not in competition with one another. I think crypto projects deceive themselves into thinking that they have to succeed in spite of projects, and that is not the case. In fact, you can actually collab, work to greater heights. And that is my approach to business. It always has been my approach to business. And then that is why I'm successful in business. And so now I do want to be attractive, obviously, and I'm going to do that, but it's not because I have to go look at another company and think I have to compete against them, because I think that if one crypto project is successful, we are all successful. And sometimes you just have to bring other teams together. That we had part of a good chunk, 1/3 of our project was a mergers and acquisitions effort, where they had an amazing project, but because of the tokenomics and the brutal way that the Binance Smart Chain works, their token wasn't going very well. But we found a win-win. We merged the community in. We found a way to get them on board in a way that satisfied most of them, I hope. But the whole idea is that we made that community whole. And now we're driving and making their project the things that they have poured their heart and soul in, and making that dream a reality. And so that is my perspective as a human being, and the way I approach projects is that I just don't look at myself as a competitor. I do want to stand above the fray, and I'll do that by my leadership principles and the way I lead the project, the way that I'll grow my team, help them become better members of the team. We'll iterate and deliver on our promises. So it's really more about our actions and what we do. I don't think there's a promise we have not yet delivered. If I said I was going to get an audit done, we got the audit done. If I said we were going to get that mobile game delivered, well, we're going to get that game delivered. And I'll talk about the good, I'll talk about the bad, and I'll talk about the ugly, and I'll talk about how I'm going to get that all resolved. And as long as I do that, the team and the community have been steadfast, and that's going to be the way we go about it. So some may disagree with me, but that's my leadership approach.
Yeah, I agree with that. That we can move forward as a whole community. That's like how Web3 can connect like different community. That's like how it's unique from Web2, right? I just wanted to ask if our audience have any questions, they can feel free to pop up and like ask questions for our PULI team.
I'll start off.
Sure, go ahead.
So apparently, when you have to mint the NFTs, it's on the ETH network or something like that. Is that true?
Yeah. So it's going to be on the Ethereum chain. So you'll have to mint the NFT on the Ethereum chain, ERC20. And you'll also need to have gas, so there'll be a gas fee as well. So keep that in mind. But yeah, it's a different chain, because when we mint these NFTs, what's going to happen, my friend, is they're going to be tradable on OpenSea. So, there's going to be the ability to trade on an NFT marketplace, which is known as OpenSea. All right, so it's the Ethereum chain. It's not on the Binance Smart Chain. This is extremely important that you know this. So what we'll do is we're going to have some education videos up on our website. If you notice on the tab, one of the tabs is education section, which is not up yet, but it will be up prior to the NFT mint. So you know what to do step by step. Okay, buddy?
Yep, sounds good.
I just want to give a different perspective as well, because I think a little bit differently, but this is good because in some regards, Lightspeed and I are opposites, but this can be a good thing. And this is why we've got a strong partnership, because we have different skill sets and different mindsets and different expertise. But for some reason, I think sometimes the stars align, and you can call it fate, and sometimes you just get that synergy, even though you think differently and you do have different skill sets. So as regards to your question, what we asked about, you know, how do we differ from the competition? Well, because I'm a marketing guy, there's two caveats. There's two different perspectives of this, in my opinion. So the first thing is we can drive ridiculous amounts of traffic to the mobile app. All right, so if we're able to drive and do really clever types of marketing with the pay-per-click campaigns and drive lots of users to the app to download them, we can also get banners, offline banners all over the world with our banner agencies, such as, for example, we're going to get a banner campaign up in London, in the hotspots in London, but we can actually put QR codes on these banners so people can download our highest performing mobile app. So we're in a position where we can get lots and lots of users into our apps, not necessarily even crypto people, just people getting them into using our games. So it's a smart way of bringing people into our games and then naturally over time enticing them to potentially upgrade and then come into our ecosystem. So there's that side of things. And also, I'm not just a marketer, I class myself as a visionary. So we always have lots of ideas on the table about how to constantly create new revenue streams. And this is vitally important because play to earn, and it's a good point that you brought up on your question, play to earn on itself is a liability. It's a constant expense. So you have to meet this expense with obviously income. So we've got lots of different ideas, and because we're visionaries, it's not just me on the team, Timothy's like me as well, he's a visionary as well. So we'll have lots of things going on like upgrade functions in the apps. For example, on PULI Degens, the whole ecosystem of that game is based on specific trading in the game, but in a strategic way. We get a percentage of that trading back to the ecosystem as well. So we're continually thinking, meet the expense and then some, which comes back to the core of business, which is return on investment. Everything you do online, every minute of your time online, and not just on the online business and a traditional business as well, is about return on investment. That's the key. If you don't know how to get return on investment, you shouldn't be in business. So no, that's just my take on it from, my type of experience. So we put that all on the table and have Mr. Lightspeed's ethos, and good things happen. Is there any more questions, guys? Any more questions? Write them out or whatever. We're happy to answer while we're here.
Yeah, guys, feel free to ask any questions now.
Seriously, guys, don't miss out on these NFT mints because they act at the core of our ecosystem. And it's going to be big. We always do big business. Always, whenever Momi and I are doing marketing for a project, we always make them big business. So right now we're in our infancy. We've barely started. This is 100% going to be a big, big project. MLS right now, I mean, he's at this big event and he's shaking hands with some of the biggest and the brightest in the crypto sphere. It's rare that you can have the opportunity to invest in a team like this in its infancy stage. The NFTs are fantastic because they are the core of our ecosystem, not just for the games, but they're going to be part of the Steam-like pad that we're launching, PULI Pad. We're going to be able to launch other tokens on there. By having an NFT, you're going to get, allocations on them. We're basing it on NFT rarity to make it more fair and be different from the typical launch pad like you see on the BSC chain. There's lots of other things you're going to be able to get access to our referral system, be trained by some of the best internet marketing experts in the world in a private membership portal. So you'll be able to get paid PULI tokens for promoting it in ethical, transparent, proven ways that are actually going to get results. And that's just a snippet of what's to come. The PULI NFTs are huge. They'll be giving you massive benefits in a series of mobile games, not just one. So make sure you don't miss out on those mints, guys. We've got a big marketing campaign going on right now. There's huge amounts of entries already on our sweepstake, as you guys can see. The demand is huge. They're going to mint out pretty damn fast. So don't miss out, guys. Don't miss out on this.
Sorry. I actually have a question, but it's on like a broader view. Because you said like the NFT can be used in the gaming. So I wanted to know like what's your thought on the development of NFT and its role in gaming and how it's going to change in the probably the next 2 years.
Do we have Timo on here? Otherwise, You're also well plugged in on that one, G-Man.
Yeah, so obviously things change all of the time, doesn't it? The cryptosphere changes all of the time, and we adapt as we move. But right now we're dealing with what's right in front of us. So we're not dealing with something 2 years down the line, because we probably don't, and this goes for all of us, we probably don't have the tools to deal with what's down the line, because technology changes that fast. We've seen it. When I first invested in Bitcoin was, $3,000. That's when I first invested in Bitcoin. We've seen how bullish this entire sphere has become, and to what Bitcoin's worth now. And we've seen the technology rapidly change. Web 3.0, it's changed and it's evolving, and we're still only at the infancy of the blockchain. That's the craziest thing. So right now, the NFTs have an instant use case with PULI Runner. You'll be able to upgrade and get a tier and get more earnings, and you'll have your 3D character in there, and we'll adapt, and we'll improve our ecosystem, and we'll keep giving that NFT immense use case, and keep marketing not just the project but the NFTs as well. That's very important, to give those more value, and we'll just keep evolving it as the technology and as the sphere changes over time. So it's kind of like a question that you can't really answer, and this is in full transparency, because things are changing that fast, and we change with that technology over time. And that's how we roll, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. And I think everybody works on that kind of same way. You have these ideas, but no one really knows where it's really going. So you got to adapt and be ready to evolve as technology emerges and as it changes. And I think we've been on board here for about a month, and I think we're doing a fantastic job so far. And we're not even at, like I said before, 1/1000th of our capacity, not just marketing, but all of our skills. We have so much passion on the team, amazing skills in what we're able to do, not just with the gaming side, but all of the utility combined. We've got so many bright minds on here. And when you put lots of high-level thinkers together, that's how big business is made. So I hope that gives you a good answer anyway from my perspective.
Yeah, I'd like to pile on to that here at the conference. The number one reason why people get NFTs when it comes to playing the games is to flex. When it was finally concluded, the main thing, especially younger generation kids, why do kids are so excited about getting a skin in a game? It's because they can flex it, and they can say, neener, 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 look at me, I'm looking awesome and I'm looking cool, and I can do this jump, or I can do this flip, and that's what makes it cool. It makes it exciting. There's a thrill to it. You can't deny it, and so in a lot of ways, it's bragging rights, or it's excitement. You want to be able to show it off. So we need to capitalize on that. How else can we showcase these things so that the user feels like they're getting some value out of it, and value can be pure entertainment, and that's a service we want to provide. We want crypto to be fun, and so that's just yet even another aspect that you can add on to it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what NFTs are as it stands right now. I mean, let's be honest, they're just images that people give value to because they're so damn cool. You know what I mean? And I agree with you 110%. But if you can give what's so damn cool value and benefits in a use case, then you're in big business. Like the NFT industry is huge, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's important to give value to NFTs, and I do see like a lot of projects are heading their way like to empowering their NFTs and then apply use cases.
Yeah.
So we do have some questions in the main chat. Let me see. So Nick Tucker asked, how much will it cost to mint NFT on Ethereum network gas fee and NFT release price?
All right, so we've got a private NFT sale first. They're all reserved. That, and I'm just telling you this in full transparency. The prices of that one are 0.05, but we wanted to make this fair and not make it ridiculously more expensive for everyone else. So we've got 3 tiers on this as well. So we got the whitelist, which is going on right now. That would be 0.06 Ethereum at mint price if you get chosen on a whitelist. And then we got the public sale, which will be 0.07. So not a big increase in price, because we try and, our whole ethos at PULI is to keep things fair. That's why we stepped up to make it fair and to try and be as transparent as we can with everything that we're doing. So that's the price. As regards to the gas fee, we don't know how much the gas fee is going to be because that is completely out of our control. We are doing an audit on the NFT contract. And if we can, and we can do some tweaks to it to potentially lower the gas fees, then of course we will. But again, it's dependent on the Ethereum chain. So the gas fees, I wish I could say it's going to be this amount, but I can't do that, obviously. But that's the NFT mint price, which is fantastic to get in on the NFT mint price with our capacity and our knowledge and our experience, not just on marketing, but the use cases that we're going to give them. We've already got insane demand for them. So when you couple demand with the marketing, then obviously, you know, there's a potential for a big upward trajectory, which is what we're seeing now on the PULI token. If you look over the last 7 days, we're just continually going up because we're operating as a business. It's not just marketing, it's everything that we're doing. We're making these events. You know, we had the SafeMoon event and we marketed that. And now we've got this NFT mint event and we're marketing that. And next we're going to have a centralized exchange listing and we're going to market that. And then we'll have another mobile app launch. So we're continually creating revenue in every move that we're making and doing this with strategy and doing it properly the way, you know, online business should be built.
Great, thank you for the answer. And I see that Addie James asked a really good question. What if an inflationary strategy are you using to make sure that our NFT grows in value over the year?
That's a good question. I'll say one word: scarcity, and then G-Man will jump in with the rest because he's all over the economics on this one. But yeah, there are a lot of concepts here that we haven't even touched on, such as the ability to or rent out your NFT because a particular game has a requirement and a player doesn't have that particular item or skill set or attribute, and so you can go and potentially borrow from the NFT, do what you need to do in the adventure, and then give it back. So there's lots of different ways we can go about it, but as everything, there's an economic principle to this that we need to record on the blockchain, and so there's science that needs to be delivered, and we'll make that happen. But that's just one idea of many. So we're not going to constrain us on concept.
So, I mean, I was talking to Emma today, and Emma is our mobile game specialist. Fantastic human being, by the way, guys. Really nice guy. But we were going back and forth, and we spend a lot of time talking one-to-one now because I'm actually part of the whole creation and development process, and I have to be because from a marketing perspective, you can't market something if you don't know how things work and you don't know how they were created, and that's where people get it wrong. They market things when they have no business marketing because they don't even understand or use their own products. So that's the first thing on that side. But he is 110% able to do what Lightspeed's just said. So we are going to have this technology in where we'll be able, the holders of the NFTs will actually be able to rent them out to players who do want to upgrade their tiers but can't get an NFT right now because the floor price is significantly risen. So there will be that function where they can rent an NFT and the holder gets the benefits and also the renter gets the benefits as well. And we're also doing this in a way that actually brings money back into the ecosystem as well. So we're constantly thinking strategy, return on investment. It's all about the win, win, win. Win for the project, win for the holder, and obviously win for the team. You know, that's what it's all about, creating that win, win, win philosophy. And if you can do that and keep rolling it like that, it's inevitable where the business is going to go. But most people, unfortunately, especially on the BSC chain, are in it for themselves, which is why you see someone launching a token and then that will pump up and then it'll dump. And then next thing you know, the same developers are launching another token because they're just in it for themselves. They're not in it for the bigger vision. My philosophy is, why can't we all be successful? Why can't we all win together? And you can be if you do it in a strategic way. It's already been proven because other tokens have done it. You know, there's already tokens out there that have done it and done it successfully. So we know it can be done if you operate in that strategic way, which is what we're all about doing.
I love this next question. We can get on can we do NJs?
Sure, yeah. Or EA, like more about your game developers.
Yeah, let's do EA, and then I'll fall straight into MJs if that's okay, because our game of developers are awesome. Misha and Timothy, husband and wife team, are fantastic at providing oversight. So when it comes to the CTOs, what I'm really looking for is that our projects are on schedule, that they're remaining in scope, and within our price constraints. So that is the triangle, the three corners of a triangle of project management. They're essential. The studio side that's working on the RPG game is managed by Han. Han is, you can think of him as the project manager. He does the work breakdown structure. He sets down the milestones that are needed, our pricing structures that are needed to reward the team as they achieve critical milestones. The team gets paid. And then there's a story writer, front end and developer, graphics. So we have a rather good team. If you go to our website, actually see our photographs. Pretty much most of the team is doxed, and or if not on the website, internally to the team. Anyone that's on key staff is doxed in some way, and internally, or a web page externally. So a very robust team. The next question was about partnerships and vetted ecosystems. And I like that question because I was just speaking to an individual in a breakout session here at Blockchain 2022. And he's got a humanitarian kind of ecosystem project where if you buy an NFT, you're going to plant a tree to offset some of the greenhouse emissions aspect of crypto mining and whatnot. So I asked him, hey, is that a concept that we can gamify? And he said, absolutely. I'll use an example that, for example, if someone was to achieve a certain grand point total, the company could purchase an NFT that would then, on behalf of that player's name or the company's name or whatever, would plant a tree. So then that NFT then now is either, it could be community owned, it can be owned by the individual, but now there's also a real world cause that is presented, and now two teams have worked together in a partnership. So that is one example of how you can have effects across a wider range of possibilities and bring a lot of partnerships together.
Yeah, fantastic. Really exciting.
So next question is from Sander Blonde. Why hasn't a game a certain explanation when you have downloaded it, like an FAQ that states it's a play to earn game, for instance? Sorry, Sander, if you're here to restate your
advice, if we need to provide something like that, we'd be happy to provide it. Emmy is always taking feedback. We have thick skin. The idea is to take the feedback, look at it constructively, and see how we can work it in the game. So if there's a little pull down tab, we can put in a fact, or at least put in a demo, so the person can do some demo. Though granted, the guest access might service it, but there's always a way to improve the game experience and to work on the gamer onboarding experience, for lack of better terms. So we'll definitely do that. Regarding leaderboard, I think we just finished a contest. It was a contest to celebrate the release of the game on Android and iOS, because frankly, it was a huge pain in the butt. And so we wanted to celebrate that. So that might be it. Last two there, because it's running into affiliate network and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm not sure the question, but we've literally just launched the apps, like they've literally just been approved. So obviously still in the infancy stage. I mean, we're talking about the free ad version right now. The NFT version is obviously the next one to launch, and we'll be integrating the NFTs with the next version. That's going to happen real soon. But of course, the game's going to be continually improved because we've only just launched it, guys. It's in its infancy. So when you're talking about a very simple game for a reason, like a Temple Runner style game, because they are quite addictive. Like I've got my kids playing this game and they think it's cool. So it's about getting many users in, because remember, 99% of the games out there don't get mass adoption. So why not just create the game simple and addictive that actually bring revenue into the ecosystem, but still benefit and reward the holders? It's all about having that right strategy if you're trying to make this amazing game and trying to be the next World of Warcraft, and I got a news check for you, you're very likely not going to do it, because 99% of gaming tokens, not just gaming tokens, but games in general, fail. They don't get mass adoption. You don't have to do that though. If you just keep the game simple and addictive, and have a proper solid marketing plan where you can give that game constant exposure, you'll do extremely well.
Yeah, I really like that idea, and I think that it's pretty important to launch a product quickly and to test and get feedback instead of like perfecting it in the first place. Get it like
100%. You just got to keep moving forward with relentless but imperfect action. If you try and be perfect with everything what you do, we are in a fierce competitive sphere. So there is a competitive element, whether you agree with it. Lightspeed has a different, when we talk about this all the time, but we are in a fierce competitive sphere. And if you're just going to sit around trying to make you're just going to quickly fall and just going to be the next shitcoin. You're not going to be the next big thing. I can guarantee you that. You have to take constant, and this is why we've had this positive upward trajectory, and it's been quite fast paced as well, considering we onboarded a $200,000 market cap, because we're just continually making moves every single day. And it's not perfect, it's imperfect action, but we actually are progressing and building the business, creating and developing, and we are marketing as well, slowly but surely, every single day. And that's the key. You've just got to take constant, relentless, imperfect action. And as you progress, and as you're creating, and as you're marketing, and as you're growing, you then start making things better and better as you progress, and bring the community on board with that and involve them in that as well. And that's what we're doing. And I think that's why we're starting to see success now, because we have this philosophy that we're all together as one. And it's fantastic seeing this community come to life. It really is. It's a privilege, and it motivates me when I see the community excited. It motivates me to jump on a video or to book in the next YouTuber. So it's a two-way street.
all right. Another question from Nick Tucker. It's about your roadmap. I was actually wondering like if you guys can share your roadmap and like some details about it.
So the roadmap's on the website. If you go to pulitoken.net and then click on roadmap. If there's any questions on that, let me know and I'll be happy to answer.
My roadmap is much simpler. It's NFT, checks, NFT game, checks, NFT role-playing game, checks, repeat.
Nice. Right. Let's see if any of our audience do have any questions to ask. Feel free to pop up.
So as regards to the roadmap, we're currently on phase 2, guys, just so you know. We've done all of phase 1, and we're now on phase 2 on the roadmap. The roadmap's on the website, and you can see it. And you can see it's like a different type of roadmap because of our experience and the things that we can do, but we're currently on phase 2.
Great. Thank you for the clarification.
No problem.
All right, and Starboy asked a question about listing on any DEX. Do you have any plan on it?
Oh, Mr. Lightspeed, this is your expertise.
I like listings if I think that it's going to generate revenue for us, and we're going to look at it very, very carefully. We'll look at their volumes. We'll look at the compatibility with our contract. Very, very critical. But we have been approached by some of the other bigger DEXs out there that are not PancakeSwap, because they bring with them a loyal following and community themselves. I'm hesitant to name some of them. They all have animal names, or they're really young babies, as they seem. But but we are definitely in talks with other DEXs besides the Chexes, and so.
Yeah, we got some surprises, and we just don't want to give it right now because now is not the right time, and we want to give those surprises within our community, as you can understand. But we've got lots of surprises that do involve, things like this as we progress.
Yes, we are actively talking, and you want to build a relationships. I don't like to jump into the deep end very quickly. I want to ensure everything works, everything's compatible, and it's going to be a long-term partnership. I'm looking at it as a partnership as well. I just don't want to listen to them to walk away from it. It needs to be properly marketed. And our marketing approach always has a central catalyst event. So if we're going to put liquidity up on somewhere, we're going to heavily market at that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, for our audience here, feel free to follow PULI's Twitter and Telegram so you can get updates on like all their listing and any like upcoming news. And we're really for it.
Make sure you follow, guys. We've got some big news coming, so don't miss out. Make sure you follow. And there's that much new. People joke about it in our community because we're literally just dropping updates all the time, like constantly. If it's not me doing a video or an update, it's MLS on his side. Like it's just a continual updating event, like being part of PULI. It's crazy and it's fun. It's fun at the same time, but there's some big news drops coming, which you will want to be aware of and you'll want to be part of.
Wow, then we're excited for it. Can't wait for that. Right, another question for Aiko. What will PULI NFTs be doable? And do you have any audits already?
When it comes to audits, yes, I'm very proud of this line of effort. We're audited by CoinScope. We're audited by Enterfi Networks. We're audited by Certik. We're at 99% complete. They said they have sent me the final report. I haven't seen it. The community found out about it before I did. That's kind of funny, actually.
No, this is Certik for you. I mean, they're just taking ages, but yeah, we've pretty much done the Certik audit. Yeah, this has been a long ongoing process with Certik. But yeah, 99%. Wow. Finally.
Yeah, we finished before they even asked because we knew. Yeah, we looked at ourselves and we're like, let's be proactive here. Our contract is managed by our multi-sig wallet. So any function that needs to be touched has to go through at least 2 signatures out of the 3. If we grow ultra large, we may need a different voting block. But the reason why it's not renounced is that to ensure we can maintain some compatibility with the centralized exchanges. So we protected it with with our multi-sig wallets. Our strategic funds are in multi-sig wallets as well. So that was really the major component of all the audits was for that. We're also KYC'd in about 1 billion different places. We have the blue tick mark on BSC scan. It's very difficult to get, but what it means is that we are the one and original PULI type token. Yes, and has recognized it, and it gives us a lot of rights and privileges to protect our brand. I have been successful at taking down imposter tokens that have tried to steal on our fame, try to steal on our intellectual property. I encourage anyone to even give it a try. For example, I'm KYC'd on CoinSniper, and because of that KYC, they know exactly who I am. They know where I live, and if I say that token has stolen our logo and our proprietary information to advantage themselves, they'll take them down, and they've taken down the 10th token already.
Kind of. Great. Next question from Crypto Mosquitoes. Will there be a bridge to Ethereum for PULI, and if so, what is the target for doing so?
I think higher market cap is probably more suitable for that. I think what we want to do first is to ensure that we have a very solid, sustainable volume, because it's going to be expensive to do this, because we're going to have to put reserve tokens on each side of the bridge. We're going to want a very strong partner for that, and we're going to have a bulletproof contract. I want an Ethereum contract that's fully audited, so we got to put up that front-end expenditure. We'll more likely have Certik do it, because when they do their audits, they also look at gas optimizations and coding techniques. But that's the main key, is we want a really strong Ethereum contract if we're going to do that. The tokenomics don't need to match internally function-wise, but on the outside, the 10% and whatnot do. It is possible. I asked the question, can I be listed on a centralized exchange if I'm on both sides? And the answer was yes. It's just different trading pairs. But they some exchanges were quick at this blockchain conference to tell me that they could support it. So I was like, okay, that's an interesting concept. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for now, my main focus is to make sure I have a very strong basis on the Binance Smart Chain before I move over there. When it's a lot more stable, price fluctuations and when to launch, and then you end up with an arbitrage disaster or something you want to avoid. So it has to be carefully done. And there's other techniques. You don't even need to have a contract on the Ethereum side. Maybe you just need a good cross-chain bridge. RBX is working on it. Other people are working on it. But I like RBX because they use their own infrastructure. They're using their own nodes. It's faster. And so that's why I personally use it. But they're also a partner. So obviously I'm going to toot their horn. But if I have Ethereum and I could just click Ethereum and then click the token on Binance Smart Chain, then why do I even need a smart contract on the Ethereum side? So I just, there's different ways to go about it.
Yeah, definitely. But what I would like to say is that stability is really important to a project. That's like how we move forward and then like have like more stable development. So yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I've been in a lot of projects on the BSC, and I've done a lot of plays, and I've been a successful trader for a long time. I've been in cryptocurrency since 2016. What I noticed on the Binance Smart Chain, and obviously pretty much since the start of it all, and I've seen a lot of tokens go to do an ETH Bridge at completely the wrong time, and they just ended up being the death of the entire project. So you really have to do, Lightspeed is 100% correct in what you're saying. You really have to do this carefully with the right strategy. But it is so important that we get, substantially more volume, higher market cap, and we are, sustaining in a much more lucrative position than we are right now. Because again, we're just at a very, very start of the project in our infancy. So it's very important that we do this at the right time. We're aware of that. And of course, we'll do this with the right strategy when the time comes.
All right. If there isn't any more questions for today, then I guess we can conclude the AMA today. And I think Mr. Lightspeed need to go to the airport as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will. Go ahead.
Yeah, it just means a lot to me. I just want to say thank you. I hope we can find ways to do a collab as well. So if there's follow-up discussions, let's definitely get that on the books. But yeah, I'm walking on down to catch the Uber to the airport. It's been 3 days of constant talking and just really shielding my own back. I think if I'm doing that, I'm shielding the whole communities. And it's just been a great experience. But thanks for giving us a minute of your time, actually an hour. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us, and we're so glad that you're here to answer questions about our project.
Yeah, no problem. We like Lightspeed says, we love what you guys are doing as well. So we keep in touch, and we, let's work together and do some big things. There's massive potential here. So yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
The social media links in our chat so people can follow your Instagram. I mean, like Telegram and Twitter. Yeah.
Much appreciated. You take care of yourself. Have a great evening.
You too.
Thanks for listening. Appreciate you all. Love you all. PULI.
Right. Thank you.